Good day, traders. Today is the last trading day of the week, Friday, and welcome back to the Forex Board Trading Academy with Victor. Today we will be doing analysis on the New Zealand versus Japanese yen. Yesterday we had an idea on the Australian Japanese yen, which is highly correlated. We will get back to that in a moment, but now we will be looking and analyzing New Zealand versus Japanese yen currency pair. And before we get started, I would like to remind you that all the information in this video is for educational purpose only and should not be considered as a financial advice. Here you can see the 8-hour time frame, but let's move back to the daily chart and see the big picture as to what is happening. I have applied this trend line, which is average price trend line, through this top where was the resistance formed and through the bottom where was the support formed. What we can see is the rejection of the trend line. It has been rejected about 6 days ago. There was a clean bounce. What I did, I have applied FIBs to this correction after there was a breakout of this massively formed resistance area. So breakout, and I have applied FIBs to that. You can see it here, this corrective wave. I did the same thing after the breakout of this triangle. I have applied another FIBs to this corrective wave down after price broke above the triangle as well as the above 50 simple moving average. Prior to that, we saw there was a bounce of 227.2 FIBs, which was applied here, and there was a bounce of the 50 simple moving average. There was a bounce also from the 200 simple moving average. So we can see price continues to reject the moving averages as well as Fibonacci support. Now let's move on and see what happened next. So price rejected the triangle, went back up, although it failed to test any of the resistance levels formed by the FIBs, because this level 71.75 corresponds to 2 FIBs, which is 661.8 and 461.8, and there was a next FIBs 72.30, which corresponds to also 2 FIBs, 561.8 and 727.2. So these are the two areas of key resistance, none of which were tested when this rally has occurred. Currently price yet again sharply corrected down, and now let's move to the lower time frame, 4-hour chart. So this correction now resulted in a price decline towards the Fibonacci support, which is based on this corrective wave down and this swing to the upside. There are two FIBs, 38.2 and 38.2, both at the price at 70.36. This must provide some sort of support for the pair, and I think that it should be starting moving up. If not from this price, then it will most likely retest the triangle. So this is the possibility of the second scenario, but also it can go even lower. We might experience the decline towards the massive average price trend line and potentially even 427.2 support at 69.83. So these are three scenarios that I could expect. Of course, I would prefer the first one, when the price is starting to go up immediately. Nonetheless, there can be a corrective move to the downside. Now, if price will manage to break below 69.25, bullish scenario will be invalidated and price can go much lower. But these triangle breakouts, they definitely show that there is a price growth potential in the next days. I would say that best price could be presented either right now or Monday morning. 2-3 hours after the opening, there could be the best price presented. What we might see right now is some sort of growth, then correction, and Monday morning price comes back to this level, or if the price will continue to decline and on Monday morning it will be around this area. That would be the ideal setup, although we'll see how it goes. Overall trend seems to be very interesting, and you can see that this is a trend following again. So we are going with the trend, which provides much less risk and good growth potential. Besides, you can see price remains above 250 simple moving averages, making it very attractive. Now here, price almost reached and tested the 50 moving average on the 1-hour chart, but As I said, there is a possibility that price will retest the triangle, and in that case it would retest the 200 simple moving average on the 1 hour time frame. Right now, let's get back to our previous ideas, starting with the Australian Japanese yen, which is very correlated. So that's the idea of the yesterday. As you remember, moving back to the 4 hour time frame, also a triangle breakout, price started to move up. This was the ideal entry point, and watching Australian Japanese yen for this resistance and comparing to New Zealand Japanese yen for the resistance would be ideal to look at it at one opportunity and combine the information from both of these pairs. Gold, okay, on the 4 hour time frame, this one is really tricky, guys, because there are only multiple spikes above this high, although after each spike, price failing to cleanly close above. And this means that, well, for me, it could be that this resistance is still holding. We can expect the price to hit $2,080. So on the gold, I would still wait for some clean bounces before taking action. At the moment, it looks slightly bullish that the trend might continue. The only thing that I think suggests the downtrend is these spikes. This is very unclean breakout, which actually is not confirmed in my view. So spikes, no clean close above the previous spike. This is really tricky market here. Pound versus dollar, it went as we expected. It started to go low. The original price rejection was at 31.50 at 88.6% fibs. Then there was a spike produced and we had no closing price above this 4 hour spike, and price started to move down. Now this could be a really strong downtrend or just a fast and small corrective move to the downside, but it goes as expected. As long as there is no forward break and close above 31.83, the trend should be moving down. Euro Canadian dollar price is started to move in the favor of our idea towards the resistance. I do believe there is a potential for the growth, but what we can see is 227.2 rejecting this resistance, which might result in the trend reversal. Obviously, the protection of this trade should take place. Stop loss at the break even just in case, because there is a rejection of the resistance. So this is the risk-free idea now, and moving to the MT4 with our previous ideas. This was Australian Swiss franc, which we have in green as well, and this trend could be one of the strongest one amongst all the ideas we had. So I do still prefer Australian Swiss franc. I don't think it will be stopping at 67. It could be going towards 0.70 or even higher. Could be a massive uptrend that you can see the range trading was just too long. It started back 2 months ago. So 2 months of range trading, it must result in something really strong. So I guess this will be extremely strong and long-term uptrend continuation, because if we look at the daily chart, price has been moving up, the moving average has been rejected here, and finally price starting to move up. So yeah, we could see a very strong uptrend towards the 0.70 and above area. And finally, Euro Swiss franc price is moving up in green right now, and this could actually be the truth, this kind of move where the price will test the uptrend trend line and which will act as the resistance. So this pair going as expected. The stop loss could be placed at the break even, I guess, to protect the trade, and we will follow on Monday with all the ideas, see what's going on. And just to remind you, the ideas from this week, we started to doing only trend following, which is less risky, with a good risk to reward ratio. We will mix ideas with a simple market analysis, and we will try to determine, guys, what you like most, whether it's MT4 analysis or trading views. Still experimenting, still want to know your opinion about analysis. Which platform do you prefer? And of course, please smash your likes if you like the video, and I would hope to see at least 50 likes on Monday with lots of comments and questions. I will go through them on Monday and obviously answer every single question. Thank you guys and have a great weekend and of course a profitable trading today.